What's up, guys? Dirk here from intelligentcryptocurrency.com. Today it is Saturday. It is July 12th. And what a better way to start the Saturday than to actually create a video, and for you to watch a video with 5 altcoins that I personally believe have the potential to do an ROI of 30x, 3000% and more in the coming years, and possibly much quicker than that. So I do want to start out with a disclaimer. Okay, what I'm about to share with you is not financial advice. It is purely my own opinion for entertainment and educational purposes only. There are no results guaranteed. Okay, the coins that I'm going to be talking about, they could end up going to zero. All right, they could end up being worth absolutely nothing in future. You have to always do your own research. Okay, don't be lazy. And this is not just about this video. It is with anything that you watch. If you're interested in cryptocurrencies or any sort of investment in general, if you're listening to anyone, whether it be on YouTube or social media, or you're reading blogs or newsletters, always go and verify the information for yourself. Do the research yourself. I know this takes some effort, and it means you actually have to expend some energy to go and dig into stuff. But in the long run, doing this consistently with everything that you put your own money into is going to be better for you. Okay? Never invest what you can't afford to lose. Cryptocurrencies are highly volatile. Okay? All investments are risky, but cryptocurrencies especially highly volatile. So do not put money in there that you literally can't afford to set on fire, throw in the garbage can. Okay? That's how you have to treat this. And this is not a lottery ticket. And if you're thinking cryptocurrencies are the only way to get rich and, get everything you want in life, that is not the way to look at it, okay? It's not a lottery ticket. Sure, there are coins that go 10x, 20x, 50x, 100x, 10,000x. These situations are there, and there are people who have become multimillionaires from cryptocurrency. The potential is there, but don't have that as a mindset, okay? You want to focus on your skills. You want to focus on what you can control, whether that be an online business, an offline business, whether it be focusing on your career, your skills, to be able to learn something that can create you a consistent career and a consistent income over time. And cryptocurrencies are something that, yes, in my opinion, have huge potential. But again, nothing is guaranteed, and who knows what tomorrow is going to bring. So you can't rely on cryptocurrencies as any sort of wealth generation. But in my opinion, it is smart to actually own some cryptocurrency because the upside potential is enormous. So if you put $100 into crypto, the most you can lose is $100. But the upside potential could be 1,000, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, maybe even more. Okay, and this has happened in the past. This is not some magical projection up front. This has happened, and it has been happening. If you look at the cryptocurrency Lend, for example, since September 2019, it did more than a 10,000% ROI. So that means every $100 would have turned into $10,000 and more. So that is the disclaimer out the way. Are you excited yet for the coins? I'm going to tell you in a second. So if you are new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing to the channel below. I put out all sorts of content and updates about cryptocurrencies, and I do my very best to add value to the space. So if you would consider subscribing, hit the notification bell. I'd really appreciate it. And at the end, every time you see a coin and you like it, smash the like button, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below. All right, so I just want to tell you why I chose the coins that I'm about to share with you. And if you follow other YouTubers, you'll probably see the YouTubers are doing these kind of videos all the time for all sorts of clickbait reasons. Obviously, they want the views because, people want to know, hey, which coin is going to pump next? And I'm really not a fan of the pump and dump style and people shilling these coins and even these low cap coins, that have these potential to do these huge pumps and then they dump, and a lot of people end up losing a lot of money. Okay, so what I did was a little bit different. I'm not going to be shilling any new or lower cap coins. What I'm going to be sharing with you is projects that I personally believe in. And for full disclosure, I do own all of the coins that I'm about to talk about because I believe in them. I've researched them. I've been following them for a long time. And, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. So be aware of that and just understand that the reason why I've chosen these projects is because I really believe in what they're doing. I believe that ultimately projects that continue to progress and that add value to the marketplace, that have a working product that actually solves some sort of solution, those are the ones that ultimately are going to gain and win. I'm not talking about short-term, pump and dumps, new projects that come, money flows in, they're shilled, they're marketed, but they end up fading away. What I'm looking for is the real projects that have the potential to become really, really big down the line, and that I think are solid projects. So let's get straight into the first one. And by the way, guys, if you do enjoy this research, I do have a premium education program and community at intelligentcryptocurrency.com. The link will be below in the description, where I put out a monthly newsletter and all sorts of research. So if you enjoy this kind of thing, consider looking at that. So the first coin that I think has the potential to do 30x is ARK. And the reason why I say this is because ARK has been a project that has been around since 2016. Okay, they did their ICO in 2016. They're a proof of stake coin. So basically by holding ARK tokens and staking them in the network, you have the potential to actually earn a yield. And I'll show you in a second that yield is about 7 or 8% per year. Now, some of the other reasons why I like ARK is because they're doing both public and enterprise. Okay. They're catering not just to the public and you and me, but also looking to go to businesses and even large corporations to be able to help them incorporate blockchain. So they've got an amazing team, as far as I can see, really good founders. They've been transparent about their funding, which is really, really good. As you may know, a lot of projects raised a lot of money during the 2017 ICO boom, and they were irresponsible. They kept this money in cryptocurrencies, and obviously when that crashed 70, 80, 90%, and their funding crashed, and some projects just didn't make it because of this. ARK has been very transparent. They've shared their wallet and their situation on multiple occasions, and as far as I can see and can tell, they still have many years worth of funding left, even at the low prices, so they can continue to build, which is really comforting to know as for the people who want to own ARK tokens. Okay. Additionally, they have a very solid communication. They provide regular updates. They provide monthly reports. They're very active about that. So again, that's a very good sign for anyone holding the ARK token. You can see right now the ARK price at the time of me making this is about almost 30 cents. But the all-time high, as you can see over here, on the 10th of January 2018 was $10.22. So even for ARK, just to go back to the all-time high is already a 34x, right? 3,400%. And if we get another bull market where we go into perhaps the trillions of dollars, the chance for it to exceed the all-time high could be it could be there, right? So it could do even more than 34x just going back to the all-time high. And in the meantime, if you own ARK tokens, well, you can stake them and you can be increasing your ARK balance by 7 to 8% per year, right? So let me just share with you some things about ARK. Also, I just want to hop over into a few websites over here. So the main website for ARK is ark.io. You can go and check this out yourself. They have all sorts of cool stuff over here. They've also got a very complete roadmap with detailed projects and progress. They have a blog where they share all their updates. It's just really professional in my opinion. And if you want the information, I highly recommend that you actually go and check out their website, go through their blog, check out their roadmap, go read their white paper and see what they're all about. And just to show you over here, according to stakingrewards.com, you can see ARK is currently providing 8.78% per year. So let's say you have 10,000 ARK. All right, then that basically means you're going to be earning 877 ARK per year, and then you can restake that and compound it. So that's something that I really like about the project. And at the moment, 10,000 ARK, you can see, is about $3,000. Now, the cool thing, like I said, is ARK has just recently launched the protocol, and protocol is aimed at enterprise. So again, you can go and look at this. This is protocol.com with a K, protocol. And this is all about the enterprise. It's very cool. They recently launched literally in the last few weeks, and you can see what they're looking to be able to achieve and for the enterprise. So I really believe that ARK has potential for a big future. And again, a 30x for ARK from current prices is still within the range that it has already once achieved. So again, it is not impossible to imagine this going back to the all-time high and possibly even beyond in future. Coin number 2 is ICX, Icon. Okay, and again, this is a project that has been around since 2017. I said I'm not going to be shilling low cap new projects. I really believe in the project Icon. I have been following it since 2017. And again, it's a proof of stake coin, so it does provide yield, and actually significant yield at this point in time. It does vary. I'll talk about that in a little bit. I'll show you some websites. Basically, the more ICX is staked in the network, the lower the yield becomes. The less is staked, the higher the yield becomes. So Icon is focusing on interoperability between blockchains, which is a very necessary thing in the space at this point in time, because you have all these different blockchains and they're all working independently from each other. But the whole point of this is that we create a worldwide global ecosystem where different blockchains can seamlessly interact with one another, without all these difficult transitions and third parties and everything in between. So very cool. Another thing that Icon is working on that I think is going to be big, especially after what we've seen this year, they're working on a form of digital ID, and basically identification on the blockchain. And that seems to be very much where things are going this year. Okay, that people have digital passports, people have digital identities, medical records are put on the blockchain. Who knows, maybe everything towards some point, every single citizen will have a digital identity where all that information is stored and can be transferred. Obviously, if you want to think about the implications of that, it's maybe not the best thing for privacy, and even though they say, yeah, there's going to be privacy and things, if all your data is available like that, but that makes for another video, who knows. But basically, this is what they're working on also. And I really see that being something of very high importance in the near and medium future. So that sets Icon up for, very big potential growth. Icon, they have an amazing team. As far as I know, they have over 100 employees. Again, solid communication, just like Arc. They put out regular updates. They have a blog. They have a Medium. They put out videos and all this kind of stuff. So very, very professional, very good potential in my opinion. So if we're looking at the Icon price right now, the price is about 40 cents. But the all-time high, again, January 9th, 2018, was $13.16. So the multiple back to the all-time high, just to go back to where it already was before, is 32x at this point in time. It's 3,200%. So let me show you some more articles and things to back up why I'm a fan of Icon. So the official website is icon.foundation. You can go and check this out. Again, I do suggest you go and really please do your own research. Go through the website, go and read their Medium, go and read their newsletters. They put out regular newsletters. Go and read the white paper to see what they're doing. And they have a yellow paper and a white paper all on the website. So you can go and check all of that stuff out. Just recently, actually, just a couple days ago, they actually had an audit of Icon smart contracts were completed. So again, this is very good to see. Like, it just adds more legitimacy to the actual project. Okay, there's third-party audits happening. You can see over here the staking rewards for Icon currently about 12.98%. So that is really, really high. It's higher than ARC. And this actually was as high as in the 30%, right? And like I talked about, how it works with Icon is the more ICX staked into the network, the lower the reward gets. So the lower the circulating supply gets because people are staking it, the lower the ROI or the yield that comes from staking. Okay, but if more people choose to unstake, then the yield can go up and possibly it can go back up to 20-25%, right? So right now, even just for holding your ICX and staking it in the network, you're able to increase your ICX balance by almost 13% every single year. And that's on top of the potential of it going back to the all-time high and reaching, a 32x from this once again. Another cool thing to see here in the recent newsletter, newsletter number 26, they've actually raised 6 billion Korean won in the bridge round. So this Icon Loop, but it's associated with Icon. And you can see in the newsletter, they share some really interesting stats. So 55.2% is staked of the circulating supply. There's over 300,000 wallets that now have an ICX balance. They've raised 6 billion Korean won. And you can keep looking at this. They have so much information that they keep putting out. Very good communication. And you can see over here, this is very cool. So basically, Icon Loop, they presented that My ID, so the digital ID that I was talking about, the ID service will be launched as soon as possible. So we're potentially looking at the 16th of this month, which is just in a couple of days, where Icon Loop is announcing this and might be launching this. So again, very, very promising. And I really like the Icon project. I personally think it does have a lot of potential. All right, coin number 3. And this is what I think is actually a bit more of a higher risk coin because of the niche that it's in and because of the market cap size. So this is a pretty, I'd say, low market cap. You can see at the moment, it's about $24 million. And this project is called Funfair. The symbol is FUN. And what this is it's basically focused on gambling on the blockchain to make it provably fair. So when it comes to casinos, especially online casinos, okay, so we all know that the casino has an edge. So when you're playing whatever game, whether it's blackjack or craps or roulette, the house has a certain edge over the player, and that can be 1%, it can be 5%, it can be 10%, right? And you don't really know what that is. Now with online casinos, and there's a lot of them, you don't know what they're doing. Who knows what kind of software they're using, and if they're, did something different and they have an edge of 30, 40, 50%, who knows? You can't prove it. So the whole angle behind this and why I like it, because obviously gambling is a huge industry, right? It's massive. And it's something that's always been there. It's something that always will be there. People like to gamble. But and this is the thing also, people who gamble, they actually know that the house has an edge. They know, I know, and that's okay. But you have to know what that edge is. And the cool thing about blockchain is because everything is in a permanent immutable record, it allows for transparency in being able to prove the edge. So if we say blackjack has, for example, a 1% edge, then we can actually go and prove, hey, this is actually true, and that's fine. And we know that they're not having a 2 or 5 or a 10% edge. So this is why I think there's a lot of potential to make gambling provably fair on the blockchain. And if that does indeed take off, it could attract a lot of money into that space because of the transparency and that provably fairness. So Funfair has been around since 2017. They actually have a working product and they have multiple partnerships already. Right now the price of Funfair is 0.00405. Okay, so very low. There's obviously a larger supply, but you can see the all-time high was a 19.1 cents January 8th, 2018. Right? So even just getting back to the all-time high would be a 46x, so 4,600%. Even just getting back to half of that is already 23x. So let me hop over into the browser. You can see over here, the website is funfair.io. You can see over here their latest update. Funfair has launched in its first localized region in Japan. So you can see over here, they have blockchain solutions for gaming, and they actually allow for other people to white label their casino, and then Fun, the token, which is currently an ERC20, so it's an Ethereum-based token at the moment, but that would be the token that would be used within the games and the casinos there. So here it's guaranteed fair, it's efficient, it's entertaining, secure, and low cost. So again, I do think this is a little bit higher risk than the other two I've covered so far, but I think there is potential there, and I think the upside potential is big, right? High risk, high potential reward. So please, again, do your own research, make your own decision. I'm just sharing the information about this. This is not financial advice. Just make your own decision about this. All right, moving on to coin number 4. And this coin is called Wax. The symbol is WaxP. Okay, now what I like about Wax is that it's also in a very, very big industry. It is in the gaming industry, not gambling this time, actual gaming, like video games. Okay, this is a huge industry. And the nice thing about Wax is they are actually, the company behind this is called OP Skins. It's an existing company that has been in the gaming space that focuses on sales of virtual items. So within games, you know, you get weapons, you get swords, character skins, and these can actually be traded and sold. And this is actually a huge business, believe it or not. And the company OP Skins, they literally have access to millions of users, and they've already got established revenue in the tens of millions. Okay, they're a real big company and they understand the space. Okay, so they obviously have the leadership, they have the team, they have the experience. WaxP is a proof of stake coin, so you are able to get yield on staking the Wax tokens. And I think this just has enormous potential. So right now the Wax price is 0.05, so it's 5 cents, 5.4 cents. The all-time high is 2.77. They actually did have a swap from the ERC to an EOS-based token. So the circulating supply changed, and you might see at some points, you know, where they say the all-time high was $5 and things like that. It has changed a little bit, but either way, even just getting back to this all-time high of 2.77, that's a 50x or 5,000% gain. Okay, so I really believe in the future of Wax. I do believe in the future of video games. Once again, people have been playing video games for decades, and they will continue to play video games for decades. And as this advances, especially for gamers, the concept of virtual money is already there, because even before cryptocurrencies existed, within games you'd always be able to collect gold or to have coins or money within the game to be able to use it to buy items within the game. So the transition of actually having a cryptocurrency that functions within the game but actually outside of the game too is very natural for people who are already in the gaming space. Okay, it's just like second nature. There's nothing new about the concept, and that's where I think Wax could have a huge amount of potential. There's also the talk about NFTs, so non-fungible tokens, and why this is important, especially for things like gaming, is that you're able to have unique items that are non-fungible, right? So you can actually own a limited edition sword or character or whatever it is, and you hold on to that because it's non-fungible. And fungible basically means you can swap it one for one. So basically, you know, a gold coin is fungible because you can swap it with another gold coin. A dollar is fungible for another dollar. You can swap them around. But you can't obviously do that if you want to own a specific digital item, because if there's, for example, a special sword, if that is fungible, then you can't have different swords, you know, you can't have different strengths or whatever it is. So what you want to do is you want to have the possibility to be able to have a non-fungible token, that token is the only one of its kind in existence. And this is basically where this is going. This is also what Wax works with. So you can see over here, Topps NFTs are now trading on Wax. So if you want to learn more about Wax, just simply go to wax.io. You can also do some more research into the company OP Skins. Just do some Googling, and then you can go and find out exactly how it works. You can see over here, you have the ability, once you have Wax, to earn more Wax. So there's block rewards, staking, and voting, and all that kind of good stuff. So I believe Wax does have good potential for future growth. And finally, coin number 5. What we're going to get to right now is called Holochain, HOT. And the reason why I like Holochain, and it is a bit of a controversial one and potentially a bit of a higher risk one, but although Holochain and HOT is referred to as a cryptocurrency, it's actually not a blockchain cryptocurrency like many of the cryptocurrencies are, you know, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and pretty much the majority are actually blockchain-based cryptocurrencies, but Holochain is not. Okay, so the reason why I like this is because it is kind of a non-blockchain play within the cryptocurrency space. They already have a working product. They actually have a hardware. I'll show you in a second. And due to what they're working with and their technology, it could actually end up being much more scalable than blockchain. And if that actually works and they succeed with what they're trying to do, this could become huge and it could potentially become a top 10 coin in the space. Okay, so currently the holo price is a fraction of a penny, 0.00072. The all-time high was 0.002, so the multiple to the all-time high is only 3.3, right? It's not like the other coins that I've shown you where they've already achieved that all-time high, and just going back to the ATH would be 30x or more. Okay, so in this case with holochain, going back to the all-time high would only be an increase of 3.3x, so 330%. But if you look at the market cap size over here, it's only 127 billion. And if I'm correct with this, and obviously if they succeed, and they do end up becoming a dominant player, and a whole lot of apps and other cryptocurrencies will end up using holochain technology to be able to build their apps on this platform, then a 30x would basically take this to about a $4 billion market cap, which I think is still completely possible, especially in a future bull market, especially if cryptocurrency, the market cap as a whole, ends up going into the multiple trillions of dollars. So if you want to learn more about holochain, you can go over to holochain.org. And actually what I want to do here is I just want to play you a minute or two of the concept of a holochain, because if you haven't heard about it and you haven't looked into it, it's really interesting because of the fact that it is not a blockchain cryptocurrency. So let me play this for you for a second.
Blockchain is a hash chain of blocks of transactions, and all of the nodes that are participating in it have to synchronize one chain. They have to end up with one global ledger, which means essentially everybody has to do all of the work. So there's a fundamental scalability problem. It doesn't actually get more efficient as you add more nodes. It gets less efficient. Holochain is probably better thought of as like Git, which is a version management tool that organizes your things into a hash, but every developer is running their own copy of the repository. In Holochain, every node has its own chain, its own source chain, and all of the changes that it contributes to the system are signed to its chain and then shared to a sort of distributed GitHub, if you will. It's a DHT, which is the technology that BitTorrent uses, for example. And so this isn't a new technology. None of the parts of this is new. It's the combination that is. And in part, what makes the DHT so different is that it's a validating DHT. It's sharded as well, which we've been sharding DHTs for a while. People have been trying to shard blockchains and haven't really figured out a good way to do that yet, but there's a lot of people very hopeful about that direction. So you can shard it, break it into pieces, and then the nodes that end up with the data, having to store this piece of data, actually validate that data. They request, they validate it against the source chains who published it. So they make sure it was signed to that person's chain and that it followed the rules in producing it. So for example, if it's a currency, that you had the credits you were spending. When people know blockchain, if they really understand the technology, they sometimes have a hard time kind of inverting the thinking because you're doing the signed chain part at the edges instead of at the center. And the center is an eventually consistent monotonic distributed hash table.
So I'm going to pause it there. If you do want to learn more about it, I do recommend just go and visit the website, go read the white paper, dig into this. I find it highly interesting because while everyone is focused on blockchain, maybe holochain has something here with their concept and their combinations of these technologies that could actually become better than the proof of work or proof of stake consensus mechanisms. And if people end up using blockchain and it does become a big player in the space and people build on it, well then, you know, it could become a dominant cryptocurrency platform that a lot of people go to, and obviously that could affect the price in a very positive way. So you can see over here, if you go to holo.host, That the site I just showed you was holochain.org, so that's more specific about the actual technology. Holo.host, this talks more about what they have over here, which is an actual piece of hardware. It's basically like a box that you can just plug in, and you can help host the applications that are going to be running on their cryptocurrency, right? So this explains it a bit better over here in holo.host. So you have Holochain, which is an open source framework for building fully distributed peer-to-peer applications. So anyone can go, developers can go and build their application on Holochain. Then what you have is HOT. So it's a token, right? That's a token. It is an ERC20 token, and they are looking at doing the swap towards making that holo fuel, and that's going to be what's going to be used for within the ecosystem. Now you have the holo port, which is what I just showed you over here. This is the holo port, and basically it's an easy way to support the distributed internet. So what you can actually go and do is you can purchase one of these, you can plug it in, and because you host and you help host these applications, you can actually get paid in HOT token. That is the idea behind it. So as you can see, they do have something interesting going. Now, whether or not they will succeed, I don't know. It is an ambitious project. It is an ambitious idea, but they are working towards it. They have been making progress. They have been around for quite a while. And I think there is potential for them to actually succeed with this. And I think if that would be actually true, then they may be able to achieve that 30x, because then they could have that potential to become a dominant player and potentially even a top 10 coin. But again, like I said, I think this one is a bit more risky, but if they do succeed, it could pay off big time in my opinion. So guys, that is it from me today. Those are the top 5 altcoins that I personally believe have the potential to do a 30x in the future. And as always, it's not financial advice. It's purely my opinion. It's for educational and entertainment purposes. So please, please, please do your own research. Consult a financial advisor before you make any investment decisions. If you did enjoy this, and you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please consider subscribing. And if you do, hit the notification bell. At least, would you be willing to give me a thumbs up? I'd really appreciate it. Leave a comment below. What do you think about these specific coins? Are there any that you agree with, any that you don't agree with? Perhaps you have different coins that you think are going to do a 30x. Leave them in the comments below so we can all see and we can all go and do research on them. And finally, before I end this video, I do want to let you know about my premium education program and my private community in the cryptocurrency space known as Intelligent Cryptocurrency. The link is below. It's at intelligentcryptocurrency.com. So basically what we have there is every single month I publish a newsletter with my research, insights, and analysis in the crypto markets. I do monthly video updates. We've got all sorts of courses. So there's a beginner's course, there's a trading and technical analysis course, there's special reports. And what's cool is that I also have a private Discord chat group. So in there, we've got over a dozen different channels. We've got members from all around the world. We talk about all things cryptocurrency, markets, technical analysis, real estate, stocks, precious metals, and everything else under the sun. So if you want to be part of a community that has your best interests, where there's no shilling and no spam and no scam and anything like that, go and check it out. Do consider joining. It is a very small fee for the value that I provide, and it comes with a 14-day money-back guarantee, so there's zero risk for you. Would love to have you as part of the community. Go check it out, intelligentcryptocurrency.com. For the rest, stay safe, always do your own research, and have an awesome day. I will see you in the next video. Peace.